Play ball. America. Ooh.
Actually, wait, not yet. We welcome you into today's broadcast of Girls Varsity Flag Football here on the North Star Network. Today it is the CNS North Stars who come into this game 8-3-1, with their most recent game being a 21-0 victory over Syracuse West versus the Baldwinsville Bees. I'm Killian Heffron, joined alongside by my color commentator, Joey Cox. Now, Joey, been a successful season for the North Stars. They have a winning record this year. So, what do you think you're going to see for them here as we head into these final few games before we really begin to think about sectional implications?
Yeah, I mean, listen, the Bees, led by head coach Kathy Morris, they've had a rough season. Last year, everybody was really feeling it out. We only had a couple front runners with Syracuse East, so couple front runners last year. Now people are starting to get used to it, such as the North Stars. They've really got a feel for it now, sitting 8-3-1. They're pretty even keel here, 3-3-1 in the division, looking to become 4-3-1 today after a hopeful win against Beeville. But, I mean, they got some excellent players, Killian. They got Liv Cook now. We're hoping that these stats are up to date. Syracuse.com has let us down plenty of times in the past. So knock on wood here, but we didn't have many stats. We didn't have actually any stats in the beginning of the season, so we're grateful to have some stats to give us at least a little bit of a guesstimate or so of around where these players sit. So you got to Liv Cook. She's got almost 1,100 passing yards with 13 touchdowns. So she's almost got 1,900 total yards with her almost 800 rushing yards, and she's got that 7 rushing touchdowns, giving her a total of 20 total touchdowns on the season. Only 5 interceptions, so not too bad. Not a horrible interception to touchdown ratio there. And then she's got a 59% completion percentage, so right in the middle of the pack here. And of course, you have some standouts in Elise Cook. Now, she only has 116 receiving yards and a touchdown on the season. That one touchdown we saw earlier in the season, that was an impressive feat. Our first touchdown we saw this season, first passing by Liv Cook, first receiving, and only receiving by Elise Cook. But you got to look at her on the defensive side. She plays linebacker, 50 total tackles on the season, and she's got 5 interceptions. So impressive stats for her, and some players to look out for. So North Stars definitely heading into this end of the season. To answer your really original question, Killian, they're definitely looking to close this one out at a nice winning record here. They're already sitting 8-3-1, as we've already previously discussed, so much better than last season. Still some things to feel out, some things to improve for next season.
Exactly. The North Stars will start out on defense in this game. I'm trying to see what number their quarterback is. Joey, can you tell from your perspective?
I cannot.
We'll figure it out as they move down the field. North Star starting on defense. They're in their home blue. Ooh. Baldwinsville in their road white. First snap of the game is a handoff, and it'll be good for some good yardage. It's going to be a big play. Finally, the flag will be pulled by CNS. It'll be a first down and about 15 more, I'd say, for the Bees. I mean, that is a very difficult font to read.
Yeah. One thing I've noticed about the Bees, they tend to have some difficult.
But it works on the stop for CNS. So, one play will lead for the first down, though. It'll be another rush play. Breaks 2 tackles. Finally will be brought down and have her flag pulled by multiple North Stars. It looks like that's a 5, or it's either a 3 or a 5.
I saw Haley Duper and Sophia Anderson get in there as well.
So second down now for Baldwinsville.
About a second or 2 here, so not too much distance here to gain for the Bees.
Snap, it'll be a quarterback rush. Tries to make a spin move. She'll have her flag pulled quickly by a North Star. And it looks like, I believe their quarterback is number 12, Kyra Virginia. And so a little bit of update from the softball game that concluded that we broadcasted the first 3 or 4 innings of. The North Stars did win that game 5-1 here, as this one's going to be caught by, I believe, Kyra Virginia there with the reception. Yeah, Kyra Virginia. And a couple North Stars are able to get in to stop that one. Second down here. And it's about 9.
Yeah, so about a second and a little long here. Not too bad. Although it's technically medium here and flag as it's.
Here's a snap. She'll have to run for it, and this. She will end up having her flag pulled. Oh, I believe that is a 5 for the Beeville quarterback. It's a horrible font to read from up here.
So first and goal here for the Bees. See what they can do. They're about 19 yards out.
Yeah, this will be another run. Flag will be pulled. And it looks, yeah, I'm going to say that is a 5. So it'll be Evangeline Miller. For Baldwinsville. Snap taken here. Second to goal. It'll be a pass, and it'll go off of Virginia's hands and fall down incomplete. Baldwinsville coach attempting here to draw a little play up. It's 18 yards to the goal line. Here as Miller will head back into the pack to give the orders. Snap to Miller. She will throw for it. It's a deep throw. Has an open receiver.
Oh, man.
It's dropped. Oh, wide open receiver was Kiana Hosseini. And
yeah, just a little bit overthrown, Killian. Ooh.
And Meadow Wirtz with the coverage for the North Stars. I mean, Hosseini, though, she was open. And that's something Baldwinsville has to have. Now they're facing 4th and goal. Extremely long, 18 yards here for them to go. 2 incompletions here on this set of downs have held them back. Snap to Miller, fakes a handoff. Miller's got to think about it. She'll roll to her left. She'll put the ball up. It is up, and it'll be tipped and intercepted. It's picked up by the North Stars.
Looks like Meadow Wirtz with that interception.
Meadow Wirtz with the pick for CNS. And they will take over deep in their own territory. And I think that there, Joey, that was just kind of a result of Miller not really having anywhere to go with her throw. She was looking left, looking right, eventually just heaves it up. And it starts for some points, and it ends up getting picked. However, the North Stars are going to be pinned deeper than they would have been had it been a turnover on downs off of an incompletion. So maybe a bit of a tactical interception.
All right.
Liv Cook and quarterback for the North Stars. Snap to Cook. She will immediately run, and she'll pick up a yard or 2 before having her flag pulled by number 2, Charity Miller.
We're going to give her about a yard there.
Miller able to get in and pull the flag pretty quickly there for Beeville. So North Star defense bends and doesn't break. One receiver to the right, one to the left. Snap to Cook. Takes the snap, will immediately have to run for it and has her flag pulled. She might have been in her own end zone.
All right, so they're saying it's Oh,
It is a
safety.
safety.
So that's a 2-point safety for the Bees.
Now, what I don't know about flag football is, does the ball go to the Bees or does it remain North Star ball? I believe it goes to Baldwinsville.
Yeah, it appears so.
Because in traditional football, it's a punt off of a kickoff position after a safety, and the team that forced the safety gets the ball. But
Right.
we've seen in these past flag football games, there's some disparities in the rules between football and flag football. But it looks like Baldwinsville will take possession. Bees are going to get the ball back, and they'll have another chance to go down the field. It's 2-0. Not a score I was expecting to see today on the scoreboard. But I have to say, Joe, I mean, that was that pass rush by Baldwinsville that was able to stop Cook from getting out of her own end zone. And really not much was in the way of blocking there for North Stars. That was a clear shot right at the quarterback for Baldwinsville. It will take over. It'll be handed off, and it'll be pulled pretty quickly. It will be a first down as they'll get by the marker.
So it looks like it's going to be 1st and 19 now at around the 21.
So Juliana Manfredi will stop that run. So Baldwinsville, first down. They got about 19 to go. 18:05 left here in the first half. 2-0 in favor of Baldwinsville. Snap to Miller. She'll look, and she will lose the ball. Might have tried to throw it and had it blocked. Or she might have just kind of dropped it, but it'll back them up.
So that brings up 2nd and 23 here, Killian. So loss of about 5-6 yards there on that play. So backs them up a little bit, forces the Bees to try to get a 2nd and long here.
Ariana Welsh was able to get to Baldwinsville there, and we'll back them up. 2nd and roughly 23. Snap to Miller. She'll hand it off. And the flag's going to be pulled early. They'll back them up again.
Wow.
And this will make it 3rd and 27. Or 26.
So backs them up even further.
And North Stars, they read that handoff play pretty perfectly. Not much in the way of room for Baldwinsville to go.
So now Killian, what do you do here? I think you gotta throw it downfield. I mean, you're left with a third and long here. Pretty much got no choice, as there she goes.
It will be a pass. That's perfectly spiraled. Oh, the catch made, but flag pulled pretty quickly. Not much in the way of yardage after that one there. Kira, Virginia with a reception, and it will become
4th and 14, I believe.
4th and 14. Baldwinsville will bring out the punt unit, and so North Stars are going to get the ball back. And the punt's a high punt.
Oh, wow.
It'll be
It's a solid punt.
brought in by Dupra. She'll try to return it, and she'll have her flag pulled pretty quickly at around the 28. So the North Stars will take over. And so here's our second look of the day at the North Star offense. Their first drive, they were backed up pretty deep and were forced into a safety. Now they're going to try to not get a safety and get the ball down the field. No first downs yet on the day for the North Stars, which partially isn't due to the Baldwinsville pass rush, which was extremely effective on the first offensive drive for CNS, and they weren't really able to combat it. We'll see if they adjusted their strategy here. Liv Cook at quarterback for CNS.
5-1.
Snap to Cook. She will throw it. It's
intercepted.
picked off, and it'll be a one-play drive for the North Stars. Flag will be pulled, but that is number 24, or Capri Hartman. And Baldwinsville takes right back over And multiple short drives early on for the North Stars. And the Bees are going to more or less gain about 20 yards.
It's about a 1st and 12 here, so not too far here for the Bees to get a first down. Get another crack in the red zone.
Here's a snap. Handoff to Virginia. She won't get anywhere. 2nd down. And she'll get maybe about a yard. So 2-0 is our score off the safety on the first drive. 15:27 left to go. Snap. Looking, and that was a dangerous pass, nearly intercepted there by Elise Cook. Ends up bouncing off the hands of somebody in there. Incomplete, 3rd down. It's 11 yards to go. And this is a situation where CNS might try to bring in a strong pass rush here, try to disrupt any form of little handoff trick thing that Baldwinsville tries to attempt. 3rd down, it'll be a pass. Miller looking, forced out to her left. She's going to gain yardage, has her flag pulled. It'll be a gain of 5 or 4. We'll see where they mark her. It looks like it's going to be a gain of 4. And so 4th down, Baldwinsville's offense stays on the field looking for a 4th down conversion. Apart from their first drive, they really haven't been able to get the ball moving very much. And the first drive ended pretty abruptly when they were stopped on the goal line. Here we go. 4th down conversion attempt. Here comes the pass rush. Throw is up, deflected, incomplete. Nearly brought in at the last second by Charity Miller. But it will end up incomplete. North Stars are going to take over again. Joey, what did you see there on that drive? What was the big determining factor that kept the North Stars from giving up more points?
I really think what kind of sent it in the North Stars' direction on offense, kind of shifted that momentum, was that big breakup pass play there by the North Stars. And then, of course, they stopped that QB scramble short of the first down line to gain, which brought it up to 4th down. So I think really that turning point was that batted pass.
And there's the dish play that the North Stars run quite a bit, and that one's not going to go anywhere. It'll bring them back a yard. Liv Cook attempting to hit their first dish play of the game, intended for Catalina Lawrence, the senior.
Looks like they're going to say she gained maybe a yard based on the movement there of the sticks. But
yeah, so they did mark her for it. Okay. Because initially the sticks moved backward, and then they moved it back forward. So all in all, it'll end up in about a yard of where the first down was located. Here's the snap to Cook. Got one receiver to the right, one to the left. Cook will run for it. Well, they try the play again, and they give it to Burton Sledge. Has her flag pulled. And the North Star dish play will gain them a few yards, and now they are looking at a 3rd and 9. It's been a very defensively dominated first half. Not much going for either team in the way of offense. They both have been stopped when they get any form of momentum. Here, a little shout out to my crew today. Alex Schneible on camera for some reason. Joey Cox, our producer, and my color commentator. I'm Killian Heffron, in which Joey and Alex switched producer and camera operator roles for some reason. Not too sure what the reason for that is. Here's the throw up intended for Amanda Timmons. Not going to get there. 4th down. And the North Stars, we'll see if they try to either be bold or if they bring out the punt unit. Looks like they're going to go with the punt unit.
Smart play by the North Stars. I mean, we still got about 12 minutes left here in the first half, and of course they're only down 2-0. So, and their defense has been very solid, as we know. They've been able to make make plays when they need to. As a solid punt there.
Here goes the return. She'll get by one defender. Finally has her flag pulled here, just past the 35. But, I mean, the North Star offense, they've been pretty much stagnated this entire game. They haven't been able to move the ball.
No.
Baldwinsville defense just been choking them out. And especially with their little flip play that they've ran a couple of times. Normally, North Stars are able to, here and there, get that to go for 20, maybe 30 yards. They just haven't been able to get that going today. Baldwinsville, they've evidently done their film study coming into this game. They know what the North Stars like to run. So, here is the snap to Miller. She'll hand it off. It'll be a attempted spin move thing. It's going to work. And now, all of a sudden, she still has the flag, and finally it'll get pulled there. Charity Miller with a run. Haley Duper on the stop for CNS. 11:30 left to play in the first half. Second down and about 4. Baldwinsville receiving some instructions. Now, Baldwinsville, they have a noticeably much smaller team than CNS does. I mean, that's true for most sports. CNS usually has a bigger team, but you have to wonder in a sport like flag football where there's so much running, North Stars are going to have a lot of extra energy here. Looking to pick up the first down. She'll get stopped. It'll be third down and about 3. Miller had the run for that one.
They're going to give her about 2 on that one, so they're gonna call it 3rd and 2.
So 3rd and short. North Stars here, obviously in flag when you can't necessarily tackle people or shove them trying to get to the ball.
Right.
It's going to be very hard to hold a 2-yard 2 yards to the line to gain.
They just really kind of got to rush them here, as you can see.
It's a quick pass that's caught. Opportunity for Baldwinsville to get in, but the flag pulled by Juliana Manfredi. And that was 23, I believe. That is Jamie Seafelt. Yes, so confirmation from Daryl White, our PA announcer. That was Jamie Seafelt with the reception. And a little bit of a trick play almost there. Nobody was really expecting a pass from.
And you can see that pass rush by the North Stars. I mean, did an excellent job putting the pressure on Beeville's QB there, but didn't phase her as she was able to get the pass off in time.
And the QB sneak will be stopped pretty quickly. That was Kira Virginia trying to gain the yardage. 9:35 to go. Beautiful night.
Yes.
Hovering around maybe low 70s, clear.
Killian Heffron, our chief meteorologist here on the North Star Network.
Even got some geese hanging out in the field.
Go ahead and follow him, CNS Weather Updates, on Instagram.
That's something like that.
Like that.
9:14 left to go. Here's the snap. It'll be an opportunity for Miller.
Oh,
She'll
nice.
have a flag pulled. That was a potentially touchdown-saving play as the North Stars were all back in coverage.
Sack, as you could call it here. I mean, you're not really sacking the quarterback, but you're making them lose yards. So
We'll call it a sack. Why not?
well, why not?
Why not? I mean, but North Stars had so many players back deep trying to cover the receivers.
You know, now that
could have easily been a touchdown.
Oh yeah. But I just realized something. In our open, I did talk about total tackles. I just realized it's not tackles. It's flagpoles. But they do list it as tackles technically.
Well, here's the throw from Miller. Has a receiver open, and it's caught. Touchdown, Baldwinsville. And they technically strike first blood in this game. This will be 9-0 due to the safety.
So let's see. They'll probably go for 1 here. But
Jamie Seafelt with the reception, and she had a couple of North Stars on her, but was able to use her height advantage and jump up to grab that ball out of the air. None of the North Stars were in the general vicinity of where the ball ended up. She kind of was able to find a weak spot there in the coverage, and it is 8-0, not 9-0 yet, but a 1-point PAT conversion thingy coming up. Not too sure what the official naming is. Here's Miller. The pass is caught, and it was 9-0. PAT is successful. So with that, we will take a brief break here on the North Star Network. My voice needs a rest. I need to take a drink of water. We will take a brief break here on the North Star Network, and we will be back in about 30 seconds. Don't go anywhere. We are back here in the North Star Network on YouTube. North Stars offensively stagnant today, looking to change that here. It's a quick flip over to Schneible. Burton Sledge has her flag pulled, gain of 2. And Joey, I think the North Stars, a big issue so far in this game is they've not really been able to go anywhere when they've gotten the ball on offense. They've just been getting stopped.
I mean, the few pass attempts we've seen from Liv Cook, one was an interception. The others have been broken up or just been thrown incomplete, just a little bit inaccurate. I think it's just getting to her head because, again, 59% completion percentage, which in flag football, that's right in the middle. That's not bad. So I think it's just getting to her head that the offense hasn't really been able to get going. The flip plays haven't been working. Sometimes she has explosive pass plays that haven't been able to work either. Is that one a nice trick play?
A little trick play that'll be caught for the first down. North Stars will pick up some yardage here as they try to get this drive underway. 2-score game here early in the, or not early, about just over midway. Or not just over midway, somewhere around there. Can't really think of what to call it off the top of my head. It's about 13 yards to the line to gain, however, for the CNS. And we'll see if they keep trying to run these flip plays, trying to get one to work. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Here's Cook. She'll flip it back, and now it's a
trick play.
Trick play thingy. The ball is up. It bounces incomplete, nearly intercepted, and nearly caught off the bounce. So the North Stars, take a shot, and the pass is going to end up incomplete.
Almost a little Washington Commanders Hail Mary play type situation where Stevenson he broke up that pass play, but then it ended up tipping back on the Hail Mary. So a little similar situation there.
6:16 to go here in the first half. North Stars trail 9-0. Second down and 13. Snap is taken. And we're going to have to get rid of that ball fast. She's able to get rid of it. Burton Sledge there, nearly able to take off, had her flag pulled. Third down. And we'll see where they mark her. And she's going to head back about maybe 5 inches.
It's going to bring up about 3rd and 13 here or so.
An extremely long third down here. North Stars, however, in this situation, you're already down 2 scores. Another touchdown by Baldwinsville with an extra point. It would make it 3. So we'll see what they try to do. They do get possession at the start of the second half. Here's Cook. She'll throw it over to Burton Sledge. And she's going to be brought down, and there'll be no flag. And North Stars coaching staff wanted a flag absolutely. They thought she got pulled down pretty hard. But nothing will result to that. Officials giving an explanation to the North Star bench. And North Stars will make a substitution. Gia Dixie will come out. Catalina Lawrence will move in.
So crucial 4th down play here for the North Stars, trying to strike before they get an opportunity back on offense after halftime break here. So it'll be interesting to see what happens.
Snap taken. Here's Cook. Cook will run for it. She'll make one spin move, and as her flag pull in the process, 4th down to North Stars. Or no, that was 4th down, so they're going to turn it over on downs, and once again, the offense unable to do much of anything while on the field. They'll be stopped before or midfield, and will give possession back to Baldwinsville. And in this situation, this is where Baldwinsville can really put their foot on the gas and start to accelerate away. We got 4:10 left in the first half to do it. North Stars do get the ball back. However, with a quick stop a quick drive down and on a touchdown, they would be in position to take the lead if that were to occur. First play isn't going to go pretty much anywhere. Little handoff not going to work, and so Baldwinsville will face second down and about 15 and a half. 3:50 to go. Here's a snap to Miller. Miller will look for it. She's got to get rid of it and has her flag pulled. She'll get brought back. And third down and 20. It'll be a long way to go for Baldwinsville here on these last two plays. North Stars just have to hold them to a short gain here. And then Baldwinsville, if they're held, and it's a long enough fourth down, they might consider a punt to try to pin the North Stars deep. We will see what they end up going with. However, that's if CNS is able to defend here. Baldwinsville, obviously in this situation, maybe, and you'd have to think about going to the air. As Baldwinsville, they've been able to successfully pass it several times this game.
Although we have noticed, Killian, when they do try to go deep, it tends to be broken up. So we'll see if the North Stars manage to do it.
We'll get a timeout here called by Baldwinsville. They'll talk things over. We'll be back here in a moment on the North Star Network on YouTube. Do not go anywhere. We are back here in the North Star Network on YouTube. Baldwinsville, pivotal third down. It'll be a handoff trick play. Opportunity to get all the yardage back. They do. And she'll get by again. Finally has her flag pulled at about like the 2. But Baldwinsville, a huge play. And that one might directly affect the outcome of this game. Looking to go up by 3 scores before the end of the half. On the North Stars end there, they were not really prepared for a handoff trick thing like that, as everyone thought they were going to hand it off for a third time, and they ended up not doing so. So now from the 2-yard line, it's first and goal. North Stars, there's 1:50 left. Baldwinsville can only stop the clock once. We will see what their defensive strategy is. It'll be a QB sneak. Flag pulled just short, maybe about 6 inches to the end zone. And this is the position where Baldwinsville might try to run that quarterback sneak again. I mean, it's very close. $1:35 to go.
Gotta think they might be taking a timeout here. You got 16 seconds left on this possession clock.
Yeah, there's going to be a timeout. It'll be taken by Baldwinsville, so we will see you in a moment here in the North Star Network on YouTube. Do not go anywhere. We are back here in the North Star Network on YouTube. 1:22 left. Baldwinsville about 6 inches off the goal line. Will not be surprised for a quarterback sneak play here. Oh, it's a pass play. Looking for it. They get it. Touchdown. The short pass works. And Baldwinsville is now leading 15-0. And now with a 2-point conversion, this game could become a 3-possession game. We'll see what their coach decides here.
Well, they're lined up at the 3-yard line right now, so it looks like they're going for 1.
Yeah, I mean, even with the 1, it would still be 2 touchdowns and 2 2-point conversions from back at the 10 for them to for them to tie this game in 2 possessions. So
yeah, that'd be tough for the North Stars. I mean,
play it safe. The throw, it's caught.
Wow.
It got swatted down, and then they were still able to bring it in. Jamie Seafelt, another ridiculous grab. She's had a couple this game that have been contested, and that one got deflected down. She was still able to haul it in, and this game is 16-0 Baldwinsville. Snap will be taken. Liv Cook at quarterback for North Stars. North Stars have had pretty much no offensive success so far today. Looking to change that here in this drive. Cook will look deep. It's brought in. There we go. The catch is made by Meadow Wirtz. It'll move them up. 1:13 left to go in this half. North Stars trying to get down there and score some points before we run out of time. So our scoring summary in this game so far.
Wow, what a bullet. I mean, she threaded the needle with that last pass. Wow.
Yeah, it's perfectly placed through 2 Baldwinsville defenders. You got to imagine they're going to keep passing her. Maybe they'll try a dish play over to Burton Sledge. She will have her flag pulled, or might have gone out of bounds, actually. Yeah, so she did go out of bounds. North Stars here now just shy of midfield, 57.8 to go in the first half. It'll be 2nd and 3.
Not got much time left here, just under a minute, so they got to move quickly here. They're going to be looking for a downfield pass. You see you got 3 receivers there on the left. Looks like it's just a QB keep.
She's going to run for it. She'll get the first down. And maybe a timeout in CNS here.
Well, the clock has stopped.
Looks like, well, I think they have to wait for them to set the.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Gotcha.
Yes, they do, so as the clock now continues to run. We'll see when the North Stars draw up here. Snap. It's a pass. It'll be brought in. Flag pulled pretty quickly.
They're going to have to take out their timeout. They're going to have to take their timeout now.
Piper Adams there with a reception. They're not taking the timeout. Now they will. They wasted a few valuable seconds there.
Looks like the official's showing 2nd down. I'm a little. Oh, were they? Oh, they were. Were they past midfield there? Oh, yes, they were. Never mind. I apologize.
And so here, with a timeout, 16 seconds to go. North Stars trail 16-0. Scoring summary so far in this game: Baldwinsville unable to score in their first possession, and then they immediately forced a safety 2 plays later into the North Star possession. Baldwinsville scored 2 more touchdowns with a completed PAT. Remaining this game, and looks like the timeout was called a bit earlier, so 20.0 left on the clock. $20.0 on the clock for CNS. to get down the field. 32 yards out the end zone. North Stars no more timeouts. They're going to pretty much exclusively have to pass now. Here's Cook. Has pressure. Ends up dishing it off to Burton Sledge, who has her flag pulled, and that probably will do it. And they all got to get back.
So I guess no.
Official sets the ball. They got to snap this. They were able to get it off.
Wow.
But the pass rush, it might be too much. The throw is up. It's wobbly. Incomplete. The diving attempt made by Meadow Wirtz. She'll come up short. And so this half will end 16-0, Baldwinsville. We will be back here in about 5 minutes on the North Star Network on YouTube. Don't go anywhere. We welcome you back here to the North Star Network on YouTube. Shout out Shot by Lucas on Instagram.
Yeah, I'm shocked by Lucas.
He's currently filling up our water bottles as we speak.
Follow Shot by Lucas on Instagram.
Yes, follow Shot by Lucas on Instagram.
Don't forget to also follow CNS weather updates and, of course, the North Star Network.
Actually, it's CNS Severe Weather Center, buddy.
I thought it was weather updates.
Something like that. Anyways, second half here about to get going here. Baldwinsville leading 16-0 over CNS. That's North Stars will start with possession, as Baldwinsville started with possession in the first half. That first possession for Baldwinsville resulted in an interception, but he pinned the North Stars pretty deep into their own end. They gave up a safety. North Star offense really hasn't been able to do much of anything this game. And here, first play is going to be a dish play. Takes a weird deflection off of Schneible Burton Sledge's arm and goes incomplete. 24-44 to go. Once again, our producer, Alex Schneible, and my color commentator and camera operator, Joey Cox, have switched roles.
Yes, we're back in the
back in
assigned
their
roles.
Positions. See if North Star offense can get anything going here. Here's the snap. It'll be a dish play to Burton Sledge again, and she'll have her flag pulled. Third down, and the North Star offense now in a very bad spot.
Although they don't have as far to gain. Luckily, I mean, they have lost some yards on these last few plays, but luckily they're only about 3rd and 9 out, so much more manageable third down here for the North Stars compared to some of the other ones we saw earlier, 3rd and 20, to name a few. So much more manageable here for the North Stars.
23-42 to go here, about a minute 20 gone by in the second half. North Stars might be starting to get desperate here as a good run from Burton Sledge, but her flag was pulled at literally the last moment before she broke free.
So now a decision for the North Stars.
It's 4th and short. What do you do?
I mean, you're down 16-0. You only have 1 half left to play here. I don't know. And again, like you were saying, Killian, you're going to have to, if you get 2 back-to-back touchdowns, you're going to have to convert 2-point conversions on both. So that leaves the North Stars in a precarious situation. I think they're going to go for it here.
Yeah, this could more or less decide the game, though, because if the North Stars are able to start coming back after this play, that we can look back on this play and be like, that's the play. But if they don't and they give up another touchdown, which makes it a 3-score game, this one starts to become out of reach. Here's the snap. The pass rush caught by Timmons, first down, and a couple yards more. And so CNS now first down. .22-20 left to go. Shot by Lucas has now returned with our water bottles. We thank him dearly for his services. Snap to Cook. Cook with the throw across the middle. It'll be brought in. And a gain of a couple more. Flag pulled. Piper Adams there with a reception.
So 3rd and medium here for the North Stars. I know that's not a technical term here, but I like to say 3rd medium.
Second down.
Or sorry,
second
and medium.
I mean, it's about 9, so that is medium. On like the 20-yard scale that they play on for things there, and that one is going to get pulled. It'll be a loss, or actually maybe a little gain. We'll see where they mark her. So it will be a gain. Not that much.
Maybe about a yard they'll give her. So now 3rd and medium.
Yeah, now, but this is also another pivotal 3rd down situation.
Camera.
It's a handoff play. Meadow Wirtz looked like she was going to throw. She's got to run for it. She's got the first down, and she's going to go down. And we might have an injury here. It looks like she's able to get up okay. First down CNS. North Star is starting to move it down the field. And Wirtz came down hard in her leg. First down and about 16.
I'm back.
Snap is taken and motioning is. North Star's now.
Oh, shovel pass.
Shovel basketball pass thingy. It'll be a gain. It worked. North Star is starting to get a little creative with their play calls. It'll be second down and about 6.
I mean, the North Stars playbook, I felt like, has been just, all right, let's see. We're going to do trick play left, right. Here we're going to do the little flip pass right, left, right. But no. North Stars pulling out all the tricks here in these crucial downs.
It's been certainly a positive for the North Stars here in the second half. They've been able to do a lot more, but however, they have not had time to make a pass. And that will continue to be the case. Cassie Fletcher getting back there to pull the flag. And once again, I mean, that pocket is collapsing extremely quickly. Or more or less pocket. Definitely not as many players.
I did the air quotes to Killian. I mean, there's no really O lineman, so really you can't defend those rushers, which is the tough part. That's why in flag football you pretty much have to make quick decisions because those rushers can get right to you.
Yeah, part of the reason Baldwinsville they've been so successful in this game is they have had a ton of time to get passes off and a big collision. North Stars won a flag, and the flag from literally all the way back on like the 5 is thrown from the official literally all the way in the back. We'll see what the call is. There's a big collision there. Looks like everyone's okay. And the flag came in from the official literally all the way in the back. It is a very far flag to throw, so.
Yeah, and he threw it all the way to the line of scrimmage. He chucked that thing.
Yeah, that was a dart of a flag here as they sort things out. We'll see what it'll be. It looks like it's going to be 10. So, yes, it will be a 10-yard gain for CNS. And now they have their first and goal of the game.
Wow, that's a crazy stat, Killian. Thanks for bringing that up. Jeez.
Second half, North Stars still down 2 possessions, technically. Although it's at the literal maximum that 2 possessions can be. It's the flip play, and another collision there. Looks like everyone's okay that time. And the North Star flip play, once again, they'll try to run that. So it'll be second and goal. It's about 11 yards to the goal line. Here's the snap. Taken. And a throw. Oh, it's a bullet throw. That'll be caught, but no gain after that. And now third and goal from 15 yards out.
Ooh, big play here for the North Stars. I mean, obviously if they convert this one, they've climbed their way back. Got within 1 possession, but fell on this third. They're left with a 4th and potentially long if it's an incomplete pass or stop at the line of scrimmage here. So we'll see. I mean, they pretty much have no choice but to go for it on 4th down. But
It's a pass from Cook, caught by Timmons. She'll stay in bounds, and she'll get to maybe about the 4. And now, what is by far the biggest play of the game. 4th and goal. They're 4 yards out. A touchdown makes it a touchdown with a 2-point conversion makes it a 1-score game. Here's the snap. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Here's the snap. The throw is up. It's short. Intercepted. Flag was pulled quickly, but it won't matter. Baldwinsville picks it off on the biggest play of the game, and they will get the ball back. Now, North Stars, they are technically in a position to where they could get some form of safety here.
Yeah, they're on practically their own goal line.
Yeah, North Stars were a little farther up when they were forced into a safety. You can see, look at how many pass rushers they have. Flag pulled quickly. I think they got moved back.
Just like a half a yard there, Killian.
And we'll see. Yeah, it looks like it's just going to be about the same. Yes, it will. So, about the same placement. $15:38. North Stars. It looks like Baldwinsville, they've lined up with more receivers this time. Motion, handoff, able to fight forward. Flag pulled, 3rd down.
All right, so now a 3rd and long here for the Bees. So potential forcing a 4th down here, and I mean if fourth down does come here for the Bees, they're more than likely going to punt because they want to get that ball out of harm's way.
Yeah, you also notice how this is going to be a hard position to be in, though. If you try the pass, you risk getting sacked for a safety. But if you try to run, you risk having 4th and extremely long and giving the ball back to CNS. So it is a very hard decision here. It looks like they're going to pass. The throw is up. It is caught. And the flag wasn't pulled initially. It'll be pulled now. 4th and about 4.
Now a decision here for Kathy Morris and the Bees. What are they going to do?
So 14-16 to go. It'll be a punt for Baldwinsville. Looks like they're not going to try. And yes, it is a punt. Caught by Dupra. She'll try to return. Runs to her left and has her flag pulled just beyond the 40 at about the 39.
I don't know if there's onside recoveries in flag football. We may find out depending on how much time the North Stars spend on this next drive. But I mean, I'm gonna think they're gonna act quickly. Hopefully, their defense will stand the test of time here, Killian, and get a stop after a potential score here for the North Stars.
So CNS, their biggest drive of the game. Failure to convert here, more or less, will spell disaster. However, if they do convert and they're able to get a quick stop, in theory, this game could be tied. No points on the board yet for CNS, and they're going to take a timeout. They might live to regret this decision later, if it comes down to it. But for now, they're just going to try to talk things over. We will take a break here in the North Star Network on CNS, or on YouTube. And we will be back in a moment. We are back here in the North Star Network on YouTube. Biggest drive of the game, CNS. A score here and a quick stop potentially puts this game in striking distance. We'll see what the call is. It looks like Grace Villeneuve at quarterback for the North Stars. Villeneuve, she'll haul this one deep. It is intercepted. And Baldwinsville takes it right back. Interception made there by number 24, Capri Hartman. I believe that's her second interception of the game. And the North Stars will turn the ball over on the first play of the drive for the second time today. So, North Stars will turn the ball over again. And all of a sudden, they have to now contend with the clock. At 13:42, you need 2 possessions still. You got to get them off the field. Baldwinsville, we'll see what their strategy is. Snap to Miller. There's some pressure from the North Stars. It's a double handoff. They catch her back. It's a loss of 8.
So now a 2nd and 28. Wow, North Star is definitely showing up on defense tonight.
And you saw them bring in the pass rush there. Early on, they had several players that was running before the snap to try to get there right or to the line of scrimmage right when she snapped it, and it worked. The North Stars now in a position to where they could potentially be able to stop them. However, Baldwinsville, they've still got 3 plays left. They need 28. And we get a whistle. And yeah, it's just telling the clock to start. I thought there was a timeout. There was not. 28 yards to the line to gain. They got to get all the way down to the 20, which is indicated by the orange marker on the field. Not the one closer to them. It's the one past that one. Snap. It's a handoff play. This lost them yards last time. It'll gain them this time. It only will gain them about 3. 3rd down and 25. It's one of those numbers you don't usually call on the 3rd down.
So big 3rd down stop here for the North Stars if they want to force a punt here and get it back on offense, because this is about a 3rd and 25, 3rd and long for the Bees. So quite the distance to go. And like a similar situation as you talked about earlier, Killian, do they throw it and risk either taking a sack or even throwing an interception, or potentially not gaining enough yards for a 1st down if they take the run?
You imagine they got to try to throw it here once on this.
Yeah.
So they will throw on 3rd down. Or no, she'll show throw, and then she'll try to run for it. Dodges through 2, and the flag will finally get pulled. But not before she'll pick up about 9. And so this comes up to 4th down and 16. And the punt unit's going to come on. Although if Baldwinsville was feeling really bold, they could have gone for that and tried to secure it. But obviously 16 yards in one play is a little much for them to be comfortable with. Instead, they'll try to just pin CNS deep, and it looks like if someone's flag fell out. Here's the snap. They're wasting down clock. This is smart by Baldwinsville. This is very smart. Finally, they'll kick it away. It's a high punt. It'll be dropped on about the 2. We'll see where this gets marked. And Baldwinsville might have just had a best-case scenario. .10:36 to go. The North Stars will be on their 1-yard line. So, biggest few plays here of the game. I know I keep saying that, but I mean, the plays just keep getting bigger. It's a pass. It's intercepted again. The throw from Grace Villeneuve will be picked. Baldwinsville right back on the field. North Star's third time today going 1 and out.
She's got.
North Stars now are going to have to contend with a 1st and goal. 10:29 to go. This is the point where you'd imagine Baldwinsville going to start running down clock. Opportunity to make it a 3-score game. CNS, they've held defensively today, here in the second half especially. But their offense has just not been able to come up with the gains needed. Turnovers have been a major issue for them. 10:15 to go. Baldwinsville line up with 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. And this weird 2 running back-ish sequence thing. Flag comes in. It looks like this is going to be going back. It's a false start to Baldwinsville. And this one's going to be coming back. So it'll help the North Stars out a little bit. Second down and goal. 21 yards to the goal line. CNS looking to pull off a really ridiculous hold, although I did probably just jinx it. Fortunately, there's some wood right here to knock on. 9:41 left in this game. Receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Snap to Miller. She will run for it and gets through the first attempt, but had her flag pulled on the second one. 3rd and goal. It'll be about 18 to the line, which is more than doable for Baldwinsville. We've seen them do that several times today, get 18-plus yards on 2 plays. However, they had a much stronger first half offensively than they did the second half. Their second half has not been really, they haven't done much of anything. They've gotten the ball down the field, but the North Stars have been able to stop them. Trying to make that not the case here. 8:45 left to go. Here comes a snap. And timeout taken in Baldwinsville. And they will begin to run out this clock. We'll be back here in a moment on the North Star Network on YouTube. Don't go anywhere. We are back here in the North Star Network on YouTube. Biggest 2 plays of the game for the North Stars. However, time continues to tick. 3rd and goal. 18 yards to the line to gain. It'll be a pass play initially, but she's got room. She'll take off and run. Both flags are going to be pulled. Elise Cook and Juliana Manfredi with the stops. 4th down and goal.
At this point, they're just going to go for it. I mean, obviously, they're not going to punt. That was a little bit of a silly comment there from me.
13 yards out. Looks like we might have a timeout.
Officials timeout here.
Officials timeout, okay. And everybody in the North Star bench is taking a knee. I don't know if... Oh, yeah, so there's an injury. So we will step away here for a moment here in the North Star Network on YouTube, and we will be back in a moment. Do not go anywhere. So the injured player is all right. North Stars now with 4th and goal.
Maybe she's not. No,
I don't
I'm just
believe
joking
that is
around.
for her.
I don't think that's for her. That's for perhaps house fire.
There's a fire station nearby here. More than likely what it is. 4th and goal. Here we go. North Stars. A stop here makes this still a 2-score game. They're going to let this clock run down. 9 seconds left on the play clock. Oh, the snap. The pass. Up. It's contested. Knocked down. CNS is still in range. 7:52 to go. They're going to get the ball back.
And they have one timeout.
And both teams have a timeout. North Stars now, if they're able to make their way down the field, and there goes the fire trucks on the Route 31 that we were mentioning. But all of a sudden now, CNS. Here's Grace Villeneuve at quarterback for North Stars. Snap. Villeneuve. They'll attempt to pass deep. The pass rush comes and gets her. Great pass rush by Baldwinsville. They've been doing it all day, and it works again. So, precious time ticking off for CNS. I mean, in this situation, you can't be too careful with the clock, I feel like. Villeneuve still at quarterback. Liv Cook has not been seen the past couple of drives because North Stars are trying to go deep. And Villeneuve's got the arm to do so, but not able to get the throw off again.
Almost
the pass
a safety.
rush for the second time in 2 plays will stop her. And now it is 3rd and, or not necessarily extremely long, it's about 18. 3rd and 18 is the same situation that Baldwinsville just faced, and they were unable to convert off of some good North Star defense. However, they were nearly able to throw a touchdown. And so, 6:42 and counting. Villeneuve back on the field for the North Stars. And so, this is a bad situation for CNS. The pass rush for Baldwinsville has been effective all game long. And now we'll see if it's going to continue to be a factor. Villeneuve got to get rid of it. Throws. It's dropped. Incomplete. Intended target metal works. 4th down, and you got to imagine they're going to go for it here, I feel like.
Oh, yeah. There's pretty much no option. Maybe not.
Well, maybe not. They might be. Or let's see. Are they? Yeah, so it looks like they're going to. It looks like they're going to punt. So the North Stars now will punt this ball away. 5:53 to go. They're putting heavy trust in their defense. Why not? This has been effective all game. However, this punt's going to be bobbled. That could have been bad for CNS, but the punt is bobbled and dropped. In Baldwinsville, 5:46 to go. Baldwinsville 16-0 lead. North Stars putting heavy faith in their defense. Why not? They've been effective this whole half. They've been great in close range situations. And obviously the optimal solution here is a turnover. Looks like First play for Baldwinsville there. Flag will be pulled. It'll be a loss. And now comes the time wasting. In this situation of the game, they're just going to let this clock run out as much as possible. And now back on the North Star bench, Juliana Manfredi warming up. Might be a little shift in their offensive strategy as they head into the, if they're able to get the ball back, which they should be able to, with the amount of time left on the clock. So looks like they might be just trying out different players at quarterback to try to solve this Baldwinsville defense. Meanwhile, Baldwinsville's offense here lost a yard on the first play of the drive. Now you're on second down. They'll run it. And it'll become a gain. It could have easily become a loss there, but the North Star is unable to pull the flag before it gets away. 4:45 to go. And the clock continues to tick. .419. Here comes the snap. It is taken. Handoff. North Stars are not fooled. It'll be stopped. Fourth down. And now a huge fourth down here for Baldwinsville. A conversion will put them in position to waste even more time and maybe even make it a 3-score game. Left in the second half. .327. Baldwinsville, just really effective clock strategy here on fourth down. They convert it. North Stars end up in a pretty much impossible situation. Timeout Baldwinsville. We're back here in the North Star Network on YouTube. Baldwinsville taking this timeout to its fullest extent. They're going to use everything they can to try to plan out a play here. This one could basically decide the game. North Stars get the ball. They will have roughly about 3:05 to go down the field, hold it, score, get a stop, and then score again. Here's the snap. It's a pass. Throw is up. Incomplete. North Stars will take over again. And we'll see who they bring in at quarterback this time. Juliana Manfredi was warming up. We'll see if they bring her in. And
looks like Grace
it looks like
Villeneuve
it'll be
walking
Grace Villeneuve again. So Villeneuve will move in for the North Stars. 3:11 left to go. .311 left to go. And no, it is Manfredi at quarterback. Hands it off to Burton Sledge, who got some room, had it pulled. So Villeneuve is not in that quarterback. She's in that, I'm not exactly sure what the position's called, but it's not quarterback.
Tight end or
whatever they call it in flag.
Wide receiver.
2:50 left to go. The handoff was successful. And I think the North Stars are going to have to try with some passing plays here if they want to get down the field to have a chance.
Oh, kind of like an offensive lineman. I see what you're saying. But they can be a receiver as well. I see.
Snap to Manfredi. She'll take it. And she's just going to run with it herself. Will make a spin move, has her flag pulled. And the clock continues to tick. North Stars only 1 timeout. Baldwinsville with 0 timeouts, but obviously there's not really a reason they would use one at this point in the game. All the scoring came in the first half. It started with a safety, and then Baldwinsville 2 touchdowns. And they've been able, and their defense has been able to go off on the North Star offense. They have given up very little in terms of yardage. They've picked off I think it's 4 now. They've had 4 interceptions, 3 or 4. Very strong defensive game for Baldwinsville. Here's the snap. It's a high one. Manfredi, the throw. It's caught by, oh no, it's going to be dropped. Might have taken a weird bounce on the way in. It'll be incomplete. And now 4th down and about 1.5. And this is the point where you stop trying to go for big yards. I feel like just get the first down. Live to fight another set of plays.
I don't even know.
But I mean, with the
amount, if they do,
yeah,
but
with the amount of time left though, and only 1 timeout, this is a tricky situation. Well, let's see what they do. Will not be surprised if Baldwinsville sends some pass rush here. Here we go. Here comes the pass rush. Manfredi has to get rid of it. It's caught by Timmons, and 1st down, flag pulled. And now
you got to think go big now. I mean, with 1:34, you got to get a touchdown. Don't know if they have onside kick or similar something like a chance play. I don't know how that would work. I don't think they do that.
Yeah, North Star's holding on to the hope of a comeback here. 1:34 left to go, and counting. Down by 16. Manfredi, a handoff to Burton Sledge. Actually fooled a couple of defenders, but that'll be grabbed pretty quickly. And North Star's being very conservative with their timeout.
Got to move quickly here. Time's ticking.
Clock continuing to tick. .58 seconds. 2nd down. North Stars trying to fight their way deep into the Baldwinsville end. They are in the offensive end. Oh, near disaster there. There could have been a loss of a few more.
North Stars, I think, are going to be forced to take their timeout.
Now it's going to come back, and they're not taking the timeout yet. And are they? No. 29 seconds, and now it's very, very late in the game. Looking to maybe just get some form of points here. Snap to Manfredi. Has to contend with the pass rush. She'll hand it off to Burton Sledge, and she will gain some yardage. Dances through 1 or 2. Flag pulled. 9 seconds and counting. I don't believe the North Stars are going to stop the clock here.
Nope, not really. Not really.
And wait, we do get a whistle. And the North Stars are going to use that final timeout. So holding on to hope of 3 seconds that maybe they can get some points here.
Hail Mary with the game. Not on the line, but with the game.
North Stars a shutout victory their last game over Syracuse West, 21-0. Now looking to avoid being shut out at Michael J. Bragman Stadium. And we'll see who they bring in at quarterback. The advantage of bringing in Villeneuve is that she has a very strong arm. She can throw it deep. But Manfredi's also their younger quarterback. They might be looking to give her some experience here in this late game situation. It'll be Manfredi in that quarterback, looking for maybe a touchdown here. Manfredi, she'll drop back, has to get rid of it. It's a heavily thrown ball, intercepted. And that's how this one's going to end. She'll try to return in a little bit, not really need to. And this one is over. Baldwinsville comes to CNS, and they will shut them out. Final score 16-0 Bees. A big victory for Baldwinsville, coming into a sectional rivals stadium and playing the way they did. It was a very, very strong game by Baldwinsville. Defense especially. They were able to hold CNS for pretty much the whole game. And by the time North Stars got a little bit of momentum going, it was too late. Meanwhile, on the other side, the North Star defense in the second half held the Baldwinsville offense to 0 points. So overall,
excellent game by the Bees.
Excellent
and
game
Coach
by the
Kathy
Bees.
Morris.
And I mean, I also do want to shout out the North Star defense in the second half because they gave their team a chance to get back into the game. However, the turnovers seemed to be the thing that killed them. And Baldwinsville takes down CNS 16-0 here at Michael J. Bragman Stadium. North Stars fall to 8-4-1. We will see you next time here in the North Star Network on YouTube. And we thank you all for joining us. Goodbye.